This is Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and I'm really excited to talk to you about my first play of Modern Art, a classic auction game involving multiple types of auctions. I just played it for the first time the other day. I played a 5-player game of Modern Art. Here's the board on which the values of different categories of cards are changing throughout the game. I'm not going to really talk about that, but that's a cool mechanism. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the cards in your hand over the course of a game of Modern Art. I think this is really clever. Now, the key hook to Modern Art is that it is a game where there are multiple different types of auctions in the game, and the auctioneer, this is the hook for me, the auctioneer chooses the auction. So the auctioneer will select a card from their hand, and there are different types of auctions noted in the upper left of these cards, and that is the auction for the round. So you're not declaring a card and then also declaring the auction. You're choosing the card, and that card has a specific type of auction on it. For example, one auction is a live auction where you just say, okay, who wants this card, and people can throw out amounts to you, and you can finalize the bidding when you're done. So that's a live auction. There's also a blind bid where everyone puts their hand on the table with a certain number of coins in their hand. They reveal those coins, and whoever has the most wins. There's an auction where every player gets one chance to bid. 5 different types of auctions, each that are mechanically interesting, I think, but also strategically interesting, because you as the auctioneer are really trying to sell these cards because you get the money. I think this is one of the key hooks of how Modern Art works so well. As the auctioneer, you really need to be tuned to what the other players want, what's valuable at any given time, and which auction will best result in the highest payoff. I think all those things factor into your decision when you choose which card based on the artist itself. That ties into this little mat over here, but also the type of auction. And in our game, we had a lot of different personalities at the table when we were playing. Some people seem to really enjoy the live auctions. They like talking up the art. Other players enjoyed still the talking up the art part, but letting each player take their time in making their decision instead of having that live auction. But it was really interesting to see how that human behavior evolved at the table and how much I had to take that into consideration when I was the auctioneer. Not only did I have to select the type of auction, but I really did need to talk about how much that card could be worth at the end of the round, based again on this board that I'm not talking about. But there are variable values at the end of the round. Yeah, I really like this mechanism of having 5 different auctions. And it actually reminded me that years ago, someone pitched to me a game that had like 9 different types of auctions. And I was really intrigued by it. It was a little bit too much. It was too complicated, but I love the idea of having these different auctions. But I wonder in hindsight if that game would have grabbed me even more if the auctioneer had been the one to choose the auction, if the game had been a little more streamlined, and if instead of having 9 or 10 auctions, how many different auctions types that game had, if it had fewer. I think 5 works really well in Modern Art. It seems to be a nice sweet spot for determining as the auctioneer what your choices are and which auction is the best fit for this exact moment in the game. So yeah, that's my favorite mechanism in Modern Art. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, especially if you want to mention other auction games where the auctioneer themselves are receiving the money for the winning auction. I think that mechanism is really crucial to make Modern Art work. Doesn't work in every auction game, but there are a few auction games where that is really important. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Modern Art. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks.